Today, everything that OnPassive is doing online is extremely powerful. And I'd really like to focus in on one thing, and that's traffic. Traffic is the key to everything. And if you don't have eyes in front of what you're doing, you're pretty much dead in the water. Hi, I'm Mike Ellis. As we look at traffic today, I really want to use an analogy that Marty DeGarmo uses. Marty's my partner along with Dan Street. And it's extremely powerful what OnPassive has done, and it's why their traffic is so good and significant. In order to get traffic to what you're doing, you have to have an infrastructure. And Marty uses the analogy of a city, whether it's New York, whether it's LA, whether it's Chicago. And if you look at those cities from a bird's eye view, say of about 5,000 feet, and you look at all the infrastructure that they've put together, all the roadways, the small tributaries, the main roads that lead into the highways. Some cities have highways that actually go around the city, so you can go around and then to your destination. And all of this network of roads and highways, all of them have signage that direct people where they want to go, whether they want to go to the Capitol, whether they want to go downtown, whether they want to go to the stadium. And none of this was done by accident. It was all developed to get people from point A to point B. And if you're going to the stadium and you think you got there by yourself, you didn't. There was signage there that directed you to the stadium and then to the parking and then how to get into the stadium. I watched a football game this last weekend, and one of the comments I heard was the amount of cars that were at this stadium. And all of these cars got to the stadium the same way. They took the infrastructure, they followed the direction, the signage to get to the stadium, and then went in the stadium. But the amount of cars there were just, there were a ton of cars. They were everywhere. And the comment I heard was, how are all those people going to get into that stadium? That's how many cars were there. But you have to understand that the stadium was built for that number of people. And this stadium, I think it held 75, 85,000 people. And the number of cars there was astounding. But it all worked out. They all got into the stadium and watched the game. This is what OnPassive has done online. This is what we have done online, is built a massive infrastructure, a massive road system that gets people to where we want them to be. Again, this is not an accident, and it is massive. And when you look at this infrastructure, everywhere you go, there is signage. Let's say you're going around the road that goes around the city. You're going to find a sign there that says, turn here to go to OnPassive. And an individual is going to look at that, and they're going to say, well, I wanted to look at OnPassive, but I haven't looked at it yet. I think I'll get off here, and I think I'll go to the stadium. And that happens over and over again because the infrastructure that's been built by OnPassive, the infrastructure, the roadway that's been built by us, we put signage everywhere, and we direct people right where we want them to go. Whether they get there by accident, at least they think it's an accident, or they get there, they think they did it on their own. All the signage that we have leads to one place, and that is the stadium of OnPassive. And as we look at the football game last weekend, they had about 75, 85,000 people in that stadium. The stadium of OnPassive, excuse me, guys, it wasn't built for 75, 85,000 people. It was built for millions, tens of millions of people to come into that stadium. And the infrastructure, all the roadways, all the tributary roads coming into the main roads, coming into the highways, coming to the stadium, they're all made. All the signage is there directing people where they need to go, what they need to go, how they need to get there. This is a really, really big deal because without the infrastructure, you can have all the traffic in the world and it's going to be haphazard. They're just going to be going everywhere. And it's really, really important to understand that what OnPassive has done, what we've done, is developed a road system that brings them exactly where we want them to be so they can be educated on OnPassive. And because of what OnPassive is doing, They're going to get very, very excited about how it's going to change their life. And obviously, all of this bodes well for the one thing that OnPassive does that I absolutely love. They are going to force you to be successful. What does that mean? They're going to force you to make money because of the volume of traffic they're running, because of the infrastructure that they have, bringing everybody to the stadium. OnPassive, as it launches to the world, is just going to be an awesome sight. I mean, it's going to be beautiful to behold. And what does that bode for us as people in OnPassive? It's just going to be fun to watch. If you are a GoFounder in OnPassive, and the GoFounder position is a $97 position that locks you in OnPassive, and as you come to the stadium of OnPassive, you will see down on the field some activity, just a little bit of activity. It is the GoFounders. And a really good correlation to the GoFounder position are those individuals in a football game that come out before the stadium fills up. They come out on the field. They're the players, they're the coaches. They are those individuals that make millions and millions of dollars. That is what the GoFounder position is. And right now, we are in the stadium. We are warming up. And we have a stadium that will hold millions and millions of people that hasn't even started to fill up yet. And we get the privilege of being on the field and watching that stadium fill up because of the traffic OnPassive is going to drive, because of our traffic, because of the massive infrastructure that we've set up. And those people are going to be directed to the stadium. And they're all coming there for one reason: to improve their life, to change their life, to take care of that bottom line. And because of what OnPassive does, they're getting extremely exciting that, yeah, there might be a chance that this is what they've been looking for, that their lives can change today. And as you look at OnPassive, the automated marketing platform, as you come in, you will pay once. After that, no money will come out of your pocket. They will force you to be successful. They're going to force you to make money. And it's all because of the traffic and the massive infrastructure that's been built. They will drive traffic for you. They love their customers, and they treat their customers like kings and queens. So as we look at these individuals coming through the traffic, coming through the infrastructure, coming to OnPassive and starting to fill that stadium, we as GoFounders are in such a unique position, because everybody that comes into that stadium benefits us in such major ways. Now, I get the question, OnPassive is an automated marketing platform. We don't have to do anything. And that's absolutely correct, because of what they've done with their traffic, because of what they've done with this massive infrastructure that they built. You don't have to do anything. But if you can augment this massive infrastructure and traffic and bring people in to your team, you really do supplement what OnPassive is doing. And by doing that, it makes a massive difference in the time frames it takes for you to make the kind of money you want to make, whatever that is. Whether it's $500, whether it's $1,000, whether it's $10,000, whether it's $20,000 a month. You actually accelerate the process of you getting to that point where you want to be. And in my opinion, if you can cut time frames, you want to do that. So if you're an individual that wants to make this thing happen quicker, you can use all of this massive infrastructure that's been put together by OnPassive, by us, to accelerate your growth in OnPassive and making as much money as you want to make. And whether you're building a little side road that comes into to some of the main roads, and then into the highway, and then into the stadium on OnPassive, it makes a massive amount of difference, because as you bring people into the main infrastructure that we have, those highways start to fill up with your stuff, and your team starts to grow quicker. This is a really, really big deal. Do you have to do anything with OnPassive? No, it is a completely automated marketing platform. But if you decide to participate with OnPassive, with us, to build your team quicker, there is a way to do it, and do it very, very well, because the massive infrastructure that we've put together, it's working really, really well. As I run over to the compensation program, I just want to go over a couple of things. And I am not going to go over this compensation program, but I do want to point out a couple of things. If you were to come in at the $25 membership level, and there are 4 membership levels, we all have to come in and pick one of these. But if you were to pick the $25 level, and let's say as OnPassive launches to the world, your team grows to 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. It doesn't matter how those individuals got on your team. There are no qualifiers in OnPassive. If they're in your team, you get paid for them. As we bring in 86,000 people to fill the matrix at this $25 level, it's $108,000 a month. And if you're in this matrix and you start to get 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people in your team, you can look at this compensation program and determine where you're going to be and the kind of money you're going to be making. Because of what OnPassive has done, because of what we've done, this is going to be extremely easy to do. We believe we'll fill this matrix in about a year, 365 days. And as one matrix is filled, you don't have to bring in additional 86,000 people for the second, the third, and the fourth membership level. These people will be forced to be successful. They will be forced to move over to the 125, the 250, and the 500. At the 125, this is where OnPassive drives traffic for you. This is where they build your business. Extremely exciting things because of what OnPassive has done, because of what we've done. If you don't have the infrastructure for the traffic you're driving, nothing is going to happen. But because of what OnPassive has done, because of what we've done, this traffic is just moving like clockwork. And these highways that are coming into OnPassive, they're moving at about 75 miles an hour right now. And our highways, they don't just go 75 miles an hour. We're going to take them up to 100, 200, 300 miles an hour and get this thing humming like you've never seen before. So as you look at OnPassive, yes, it is an automated marketing platform. Why is it going to work? It's going to work because of the traffic. Why is the traffic going to work? It's because of the massive infrastructure. Again, if you're looking at a city, New York, LA, Chicago, and you're looking at the massive road structure that they have, all the signage leading people to where they want to go. That's what we have right now. That's what OnPassive has right now. This is why OnPassive is going to be absolutely explosive when they launch to the world. It is why our team, the team of OnPassive, is growing so significantly right now. And if you're looking for a way to take care of that bottom line, I would highly recommend you come in and take a look at that $97 position, that GoFounder position, that will put you on the field watching how the stadium fills up with millions of people and being able to benefit from all of those. The GoFounder position is a premier position. It is an early bird position, and it gives you the opportunity, the privilege to be there when OnPassive launches to the world and this thing takes off like you've never seen before. You really are going to have to hold on to your hat because this is going to be so exciting and awesome for all of us. Now, if you can't come in as a GoFounder, I understand that. I would recommend you come in, become a pending founder. You fill in the information. If you can't pay, don't pay. I recommend if you can't pay, do pay. But if you can't pay, you are a pending founder, and then you will come into OnPassive after the founders have been put into OnPassive. You'll come in under them. This is extremely powerful stuff. Everything that OnPassive does online is so powerful and so unique and will change lives, I believe, throughout the whole world. You don't want to let this go. I would recommend that you go over and start to study OnPassive and learn exactly what it is. OnPassive is doing things that have never been done online, and the one that everybody loves, they're going to force you to be successful. They are going to force you to make money, and obviously as you come in, you'll pay once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. This business of OnPassive truly is a beautiful thing to behold, and I believe that it will change lives in significant ways in the near future. Again, we have not launched to the world yet. The launch is in progress. But as we launch to the world, if you put yourself in a position to win, I believe that you're going to win in ways that you never thought were possible. So that's it for today, guys. Just a quick look at the massive infrastructure we've put together, the kind of traffic that's being run today, and what's going to be happening as we launch to the world. Really, really, really big stuff, and how it's going to affect you. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I would recommend that. And click the bell on the right. You'll get notifications as we do more videos, and there is a lot more to come. But if you're looking at OnPassive and you're not a founder yet, go on in, review OnPassive, learn as much as you need to know. I believe as you learn about OnPassive, you're just going to be in. And from there, yeah, your life is going to change. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great week, and we'll absolutely see you at the top.